Well, howdy there, folks. This is your host, ID Jester. Once again, we're going to be using a baseball simulation game to simulate some baseball games. Give you a look at this different program. This one here is called Digital Diamond Baseball. So this is version 5 of the game. I know they had version 2, version 3, version 4. This is now version 5. And as you can see, we have a game ready to go for you guys to show you some of the gameplay mechanics. Once we finish the game, we'll actually look at how the game, how the baseball simulation, what it does, kind of look more in depth at it. Obviously over here on the left hand side is your different lineups. You can go by player, by lineup, by your bench, by your bullpen. Good choices here. Same thing with the home team. Right now I'm going to be playing, we're reliving and replaying the 2005 Astros and Royals playoff series. This is game number 1. So I'm actually using the actual lineups from that day. The pitcher for both teams, I will be playing as the Astros. The computer will be playing as Kansas City. And so you have the image here kind of in the center with all the different stats for the different positions. The player at the bat, or at up at bat. And we have some photographs of the different players here. I believe I imported the photographs. I'm not 100% sure, to tell you the truth. I know. I think I did, but I don't want to tell you I did when I didn't. So I'm not sure if photographs come in the game or not. But anyways, you can download from various different websites out there photo packs. So you should be able to import your own photographs for players as well. So over here on the right hand side is kind of the game mechanic here. So up at the top you have Jose Altuve's card here, and down at the bottom you have Ordano Ventura's card. And what the game mechanic kind of does is compares this card and this card and comes up with a combined card. That's when the dice will be rolled and compared to this card for strikeout and out based on balls, first, second, third, home run. Based on lefty, and righty matchups. You can kind of get different details and stuff. So, like I mentioned, baseball simulators kind of come in different flavors, different modes, have their own strengths and weaknesses. This one is more of a spreadsheet kind of database where players interested in stats as opposed to fancy graphics or in-depth visuals. So this is more of a spreadsheet type of game. I know there's a lot of baseball statistic fans out there. So this one obviously simulates that. Let's go ahead and get started here though, so we can spend some time looking at the game afterwards. So obviously we're going to click on the start button. There's not a lot really to do with the first batter. Again, I'm playing as the Astros. Let the computer simulate everything else. We'll go ahead and start it up here. Of course, it gives the kind of a play-by-play. Alright, so top of the first, Altuve adjusts his glove and steps to the plate. Nobody out. So, of course, really, we can pinch hit, and that's pretty much all. But let's go ahead and swing away. Strike 3 is called. Ventura hits his target with that pitch. Stepping the plate is Springer. So, again, not a lot going on with that. You should see there are options to the game. The play-by-play detail. The current animations. You can show batter lineup, the real life, or you can choose lots of different options there. You can show the roll of the thing, after the play, before the play, the play-by-play font. You can adjust the layout. This is kind of a nice touch, I believe, to be able to actually, get in there and adjust. Let's go ahead and adjust this, say OK, and you'll see it adjusts the font. So looks like we now have George Springer stepping up here. So we'll go ahead and swing away here. And you can see over here on the right hand side, it's now it's kind of bouncing back and forth, kind of like a a spinning wheel or something. Where's it going to land? Where's it going to land? Where's it going to land? And then it'll finally show you what the outcome was. In this case, it flashed the SO, which is a strikeout, and you can see that's basically what the text says right there. Let's go ahead and swing away. Alright, so steps to the plate, your slider low, line drive, shortstop, Escobar pulls it. You can see that you can adjust this up and down depending on how much you want to see, which is a nice feature as well, because you can actually adjust your background here by just clicking on this, make it bigger or smaller if you want to see the numbers. So we'll just kind of leave it in that format. So that was 1-2-3 inning. Kansas City is now up to bat. So now that I'm running the pitching box, I can actually walk them. I can adjust my defense. I can check it out and see different players and their stats. I can adjust the fielder, corners in, infield in, no doubles defense. But here's the pitch. This one's going to shortstop again. This one is going to be a play. And you can see over here it was flashing on the out. And that's kind of what the text shows you here. So 1 out. Zubris is up. And called strike 3. Paints the corner there. And it'll show you the actual roll there. The pitch is 77. So you can see from 0 to 175 is going to be a strikeout. So I believe they roll from 0 to 9999. I'm sorry, 0 to 999. It's going to fall in there somewhere in that range. Alright, so that looks like 2 outs. It's going over to third base this time. The pitch is 579, and you can see 579 falls between 176 and 668. You see the numbers change every time a different batter comes up, and this pitcher is different than the pitcher that was there. The other one, those numbers were slightly different. So maybe comparing pitchers that strike out a lot of batters, and then you might have a batter that strikes out a lot. It's going to adjust all of these numbers. How many first base does he hit? Lots of singles and not many home runs? Does he hit lots of home runs and not many doubles? So you'll see all the numbers adjust when it combines the pitcher card with the batter card. So it looks like we're in the top of the second. Let's see if we can. This one's hit in the outfield here. And we got us a home run. So yeah, nice. Again, nothing flashy. Not a lot of text. Graphic effects and everything. Just more of a spreadsheet database replay system. So 1-0. This one's hit to Escobar, and it's going to be an out. So 1 out. I wish we could get like a single or something so we can try some more base running options. Looks like we have Chris Carter, righty, coming up. First baseman here. And he strikes out as well. And you can see If we switch this, hopefully, go to the options here once we get loaded up. We'll do this before the play. You can adjust the font of the actual, all the font for your players on the field there. Might be easier if I adjust those to something, maybe Times New Roman. Right now it's size 10. We'll go up to size 11. See the adjustment there. It's a little bit cleaner, I think, but you can choose whatever font you want, which is the great thing. You can experiment. You could put Wingdings out there if you wanted. That would be funny. All right, well, bottom of the second, Houston's has nothing lead. We have a 785, so we can just look over here and look for 785. That's going to fall in a single there. So Eric Hobsner is on first base. If we click on his card, or not his card, but his actual playing location here, we can double click it, bring up the information. You can find out what his different stats are, his real life stats, and fielding positions and all that different stuff. Simulated here, event probabilities. I'm not even sure what all that is. More graphs and charts. So combined, looks like he makes it out 47% of the time. He strikes out 16% of the time. He walks very little. He hits a single about 18% of the time. He hits a double maybe 5% of the time. Home run about 2% of the time. Baseball reference and a retro sheet. So I'm not even sure what all of these features are, but it's great to have lots of things to look at and compare, figure out. You can really get in depth if you want to spend the time and figure out. It's the Houston manager, and if you're going up against Verdano, you could try to figure out what your best player at each position is going to do. So anyways, we got somebody on first now. We can walk, intentional walk. We can adjust our fielders. We can tell them not to hold the runner or hold the runner. And you'll see that information listed down here in the bottom right hand corner. Whenever corners in, infield in. Right now we're just going to play normal. And see if we can get us a double play here. Homers at first. Looks like he threw to first there. 482, so that's going to be an out to looks like right field there. Makes a running catch. Morales is out. And the runner hustles back to the base. So we got us one out, still holding the runners. And we have the left-hander, Mike Moustakas. So he can't get a good lead, so there's a roll for that. He'll have to stay put. He was trying to run, steal the base, but because he didn't get a good jump, he's unable to do that. 509, so that's going to be another out. Over to shortstop. Can we make the double play is the next question. Nope, it was a pop fly, so he made the catch, and Hosmer made it back to first base. Alright, we got two outs. This one's well hit. 955. That's going to be trouble. That's going to be a double. That is going to be a double. And Hosmer is going to come around from first all the way. And Perez is on second, so tied the game up 1-1. 781, that's going to be trouble too. That's going to be another single, and that's going to drive in another run from second. So I'm sure the game automatically calculates the speed, the distance, the throwing range, and everything to calculate whether or not the runner can come from second to home based on where the ball is hit. And that's probably built into the system and the different card numbers as well. So Kansas City takes a 2-1 lead. We got a little pop-up here. 727. That is exactly the last number. 727 was the last number of that out. So if he would have rolled a 728, it would have been a walk. But fortunately, because of the different stat lines, it wasn't out. So the damage is done. Kansas City takes a 2-1 lead here. 443 is going to be an out. You have different ballpark effects. You can see a little card popped up here whenever I move around the field. Sometimes it'll pop up. So 1 out. 607 is going to be a fly out to right field. And 2 outs already. 111, that's going to be a strikeout. You can kind of just look at the number and figure, if it's really, really low, it's going to be a strikeout. If it's about up to, between 650 and 750, it's going to be an out. If it's over like 700 or higher, then you're usually going to get some kind of good effect. So, third inning, bottom of the third, 979, that's going to be trouble. 979, that's going to fall in a double again. Escobar made it to second. We got Zubrist up. He's a switch hitter. I don't know. 867. That's going to be trouble too. That's going to be a single. So it was a single because of the number. Let's just pull up the sheet here so we can look. So Escobar's on second. Hughes stepped to the mound. The pitch rolled this 867, which you can see 867 falls in just a single. It's a hard line drive to right field. Zubris has itself a single. The runner attempts an extra base. A great throw by Springer, and Castro can't make the tag in time. Safe. So we look at, again, another roll by the computer to see what the outcome was. Zubris scores from second, and Zubris takes second on the throw. So you can really see what is going on. Kind of feel like it. 626 is probably going to be an out. I can just tell that from the number. But of course 626 is going to have bearings upon any runners, and in this case has to throw to first, and Zubris will advance to third. So more bad news. 1 out. Zubris is on third. And 668 is going to be a base on balls. So you can see this batter here is 668. A little too late there. So Morales, we'll just look at his base on balls. His is 658 to 730. Next hitter, 519, should be an out. Now, is it deep enough to score this run? Nope, it is not, as Zubris holds the third. So you can see the different numbers here, 670 to 727. 2 outs now. 936, that's going to be bad again. That's another double. And they're just cranking them out here. Cranking them out. That's actually a triple. Because looks like he tried to take an extra base. Let's see, let's scroll up again. Stand-up double, the runner attempts an extra base, great throw. Castro can't make the tag, he saves, Zubris scores from third, Hosmer scores from first, and Mustaka takes third on the throw. Wow. Just like that, it's 5-1. 49 is going to be a strikeout. So Farnley, McHugh's there. Colin McHugh's. Farnley got someone out, but damage is being done here. Let's see if Houston's offense can get on track. George Springer back up. 32 is going to be a strikeout. So you want high numbers. There's 735 is close. 735 is going to be based on balls. Normally you want at least 700 or higher. Looks like he has a we're going to try a steal here just so we can see. So did we get a good jump? Runners are holding, keeping a close eye on him. Cordelia, so we can't actually steal. And even though we tried it, so we're going to try a hit and run and see what happens. 548. Shallow pop up to the shortstop. Drifts to his left, makes the catch. Runner's out. Fortunately, our runner hustled back. But 2 outs again. Let's try another steal. It's a new. Nope, didn't get a good jump. So let's try a hit and run again. 622. That's not going to be good enough. That's an out. Over to second base. And bottom of fourth. That's going to be an out there to second base. 39's a strikeout. Big strikeout. And you can actually see the percentages here. So the last batter had a 17% chance to strike out. Escobar here has a 13% chance. He's got basically a 60% chance to make it out. 2.4% to walk. So he's not going to walk very much, but he's got a 20% chance to hit a single, 3% chance of getting a double, 0.7% chance of making a triple, and 0.2% to make a home run. He's going to need a 998 or 999. So obviously, Escobar didn't hit very many home runs. 802. That's a pretty good one. He had a single. All right. No, 926. They're getting all the high rolls. 926 is going to be a double. So we got second and third, nobody out. I'm sorry, 2 outs. Thank God for 2 outs. We are throwing a is he a lefty or righty? I forget. Throws right. Okay. So right now we have Lorenzo Kane, which is a righty, coming up. So we need to get him out. So we will pitch to him. 725. That's another single. That's going to drive in a couple more runs. There you go. And it's 6-1. Looks like second Zubris, who was on second, only made it to third. So they only made 1 run, but let's see what we can do here. 568 is going to be a pop fly to right field for the out. They've got 9 hits, and we've got a total of 1 hit, which happens to be that home run in the second inning. That was the only hit so far. So Ventura Vendano is pitching a gem today. 773. That's a walk. That's a good start. All right. Let's try a steal. Nope, not good enough. So didn't get a very good jump on this pitch. Swing away. 631. That's going to be trouble. That's going to be at least 1 out. Double play. So the 631 was a double play. Well, that just figures. 618 out to center field, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. All right, let's go ahead and just that's going to be an out. And 967, that's trouble. That's going to be a triple, no a double, sorry. Another double deep in the corner. 2 outs. Oh my god, another one, 943. Another double. And that's going to score another run. Kansas City is just all over them right now. 567 or 569 is going to be a ground ball to third for an out. 7-1, top of the 6th inning. So you get the general gist of how the game plays. Let's go ahead and just exit out of here. Are you sure you want to exit? The game won't be saved. Yes, we will exit. We don't need to save it. Thank you. So one of the let's talk about Digital Diamond Baseball kind of overview. So for those of you who don't know, you can go to the Digital Diamond website. As you can see, it's mostly kind of a non-graphical, more of a spreadsheet type interface. It looks like it's written in Java or something like that. One of the main advantage of it, Digital Diamond Baseball, is, well, number one, it's dirt cheap. So it's only $20. So right there, I have to give it a thumbs up for, you know, the fact that it's a simulation game that the person that's obviously coded it and working on it, it's kind of a passion for the person. He's not trying to, you know, gouge players for it. And you think, wow, $20, that's a pretty decent price. How much are the seasons and how much is all the extra stuff? Well, that's kind of another beauty. If I just minimize this here, you can see on my desktop here, these are all free downloadable seasons that you can get. Here's the 1920, 63, the 2000, 36, 41, 50, 51. They're all free. You can download them for free and play them. All you have to do is import them into your game. We can just go into the library here and say, let's just go to our desktop. And here's all the different ones I've got downloaded right now. Let's say I want to play this 1975. I can just click on that. And it'll load it up here. If we go back to the home plate, here's the 1975. So I can play all the different games. If I go to play here, Tuesday, April 8th, you can see all the different teams. I can say, you know what, I want to play Atlanta at Houston right there, and I want to play as let's see, I'll be as Atlanta and let the computer. I guess I'll be Atlanta, let the computer play Houston, whatever I want to do. I'm going to have the computer play both of them. I could play both of them, whatever options you want. So it's pretty much that simple. Just download all the free database in case. Alright, sorry, I had to take a quick break there. So I can go into the library here. Actually, I can go to, I can go to seasons. No, I'm sorry. Still getting used to the different mechanics here. I can go here, actually, library, and download free libraries. And it'll actually bring up the website here. Digital Diamond Baseball website. You can see the different seasons here. 2016, 15, not all the seasons are there. But there are multiple pages of seasons, as you can see. Not only that, but you have all kinds of very interesting seasons that you possibly download and play. 1946 Mexican League, the 1970 International League, 1957 Pacific Coast League, the Movie Star Fantasy League. Plus, there's also some more different seasons that you can download at the Sports Replay website as well. Again, these are all free games, free seasons to download and play. You can actually try Digital Diamond Baseball for free. Doesn't cost you anything. Download it and play it for free. There are some limitations, obviously, to the free edition, but you can purchase it for a whopping $20 and get lots and lots of different libraries to play, lots and lots of seasons to play. So, with that said, when you're talking about a $20 game and the amount of stuff that you can get for your $20 is just incredible. I've got probably 20 different seasons or so that I've downloaded. They're very small files, so you can download them in 2 seconds. They're not very big. But I have 20 or 30 different seasons that I can play. Not every season actually has a database for it. But you can download it and play it for $20. And then you can get in and actually manipulate all of the data. Do I want to activate all players in this library? Sure, let's do it. What's it going to do? What's it going to hurt, right? So we can browse the realized stats and this is just an incredible list of, players here. I mean, just crazy good amount of players. I'm just keep scrolling and keep scrolling and keep scrolling and keep scrolling. In fact, if we go all the way down the bottom, it looks like, let's sort them by ID number and see. 2685. Not sure how many actual players there are, but as you can see, there's a ton. Lots of stats, average, slugging percentage, games, at-bats, all kinds of different things. Alright, sorry again, we're having a little issue going on here that I needed to talk about. So, again, I could switch over to a different library. I haven't really delved into all the things it can do, but you can see you can reset season stats. You can look at your different teams. You can edit the teams. Let's say 75 Baltimore, edit the team. You can choose which ballpark, team by team play file, so you can create a specific play-by-play file. There are some play-by-play files you can actually download. You can change the color and the background colors and all that, but just minor graphic little things like that. You can create a new team. Just tons and tons of stuff to do. Draft, season versus season draft. You could browse players in the draft rosters. All kinds of, immense amount of stuff. Lots of different options for hitting and pitching and running and setting up league averages, and playing time options, player fatigue options, rare play options, ground ruled double, automatic double, fan interference chance 50, triple play chance 20, inside the park home run chance 3%. You can get in and adjust all that kind of information. Whatever you want to do, basically, because it's just a lot of spreadsheets and charts and graphs and stuff like that you can get in and manipulate. Different reports you can run. Obviously, you can simulate and play the games. And you can obviously put notes in, which somebody did with this 1975 season to kind of show you what to do with it. And kind of gives you the information. So real good job there for the players that support this game and really make it shine, because between them and the person that is doing all the changes and updates and adding all the different information and creating this game, besides them, and the creating all those season files. So hopefully they'll continue doing that, and hopefully they'll keep adding more and more seasons. And for your $20, you can have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of gameplay. And if you're into stat-driven charts and graphs with a very easy interface, definitely I would highly recommend Digital Diamond Baseball for you. If you're looking more for a graphical, clean look with more manageable and easy things to do, then you might want to look elsewhere. Like, for example, when we were playing that game, if I just wanted to simulate it to the end of the game, I didn't see a button. There might be, and I can't swear to it that there's not, but there would be nice to have a button just to simulate to the end of the game, so I can finish that game and move on to the next one. It's already 7-1. There's no sense in me playing the rest of the game out. If I exit it, the only option is to exit, then it won't save it. So it would be nice to not have to play through it. Now, maybe, like I said, maybe there is an option to do that in the game and I just don't know it, which there possibly is. But that's just an example I'm talking about of having more of a manageable interface. Not to say that this is a bad interface or anything. There's nothing wrong with this interface whatsoever, don't get me wrong. It's just being chart-driven and being Java-based, it's going to be harder to create that interactive linking back and forth and being able to drag and drop and right-clicking, and I'm right-clicking and, well, there it came up. But it's all in all, for the amount of money you spend, I mean, $20 is like, 2 lunches. So just don't eat lunch a couple times this week at work, and you can afford to pick this up and definitely have lots and lots of time to spend delving into all of the fine details. One other thing, very important, I should mention, because this game is Java based. I believe it's Java. I could be wrong on that as well, but whatever it's coded with is obviously a not a 3D engine or anything like that. But the creator has actually got some help videos that you can watch, where he will actually show you how to import seasons, how to manipulate players, how to create different teams, how to load different season files, all kinds of different help tutorial videos. So A+, thank you for everyone out there that's new to this game and not sure. It looks a little daunting. It looks a little unfriendly. It looks a little, do I want to really spend time learning this game and trying to figure out how to get everything done? Well, you can definitely go to the help files and watch these help files, and you should be able to figure it out. I mean, the interface is good enough and clean enough that I can figure out most everything without having to spend time, clicking on 1,000 things to try and figure it out. But there's some players out there that might not be able to. So it's nice to have these help files out there to help you. Of course, there's a user forum. There's a manual. You can email them for support. And of course, you can automatically check for updates all the time. So $20 spent. It's well worth the investment of the $20. And even if you don't, use it very often, or maybe you just want to just get in and just look at stats. That's maybe all you want to do is get into the 1975 season and just look at the different players and see what kind of stats they had, or what kind of if they were good versus left-handed pitching, if they were good versus right-handed pitching, who was on what team. If you just want to go in and spend time doing that, for $20 it's well worth that. To be able to get in there and manipulate and look at all the different information. And we're not even talking about actually setting up different seasons and playing through all of the different seasons that are out there. Again, if I just click this here, we're going to, where are we going to? Desktop here. So 1920, 36, 41, 50, 51, 52, 53, 59, 62, 63, 67, 68, 69, 71, 75, 78, 79, 87, 1991, 2012, 13, the World Series. So there's a file that someone created that has just the World Series. So you don't need to play through the whole season if you just wanted to play the 2013 World Series. Already set up for you. 2014 again with the World Series, and 2015, and with 2015 comes the whole playoffs. And I'm not even saying there's not more seasons out there. That's just the easy ones that I picked up. And again, there's all those different variant seasons by clicking on download free libraries, and you can check out all that information. So just a ton of stuff. Free seasons as long as you got users and supporting players that are supporting this game out there, spending the time and effort to create the season files for it. I just see this game getting better and better and better and better and better. And of course, the creator of the game spending more time investing into it, fine-tuning it, managing it better. Obviously, it's just going to keep getting better and better. So, Digital Diamond Baseball, folks. Let me know in the comments section below what you think. I'd be interested to hear. Obviously, each baseball simulation has got its own strengths and weaknesses. This one definitely is going for a niche crowd that is looking for stat-based charts, stat-based graphs, and not graphical overview and look to it. Does that make it a bad game? Does it make it a good game? That's for the player to decide what kind of game they're looking for. But for the $20, I would highly recommend at least picking it up and trying it out for yourself. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next episode.